Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Good Old Gamer. So, today we're going to be revisiting our good old friend, the ARC A770 from Intel. So, we're going to be double checking to see how this is shaping up in what is it? It's almost September of 2023. So, a lot of the guys over on Discord have been talking about how the latest drivers have done wonderful things. So, I was like, hey, now's a great time to double check that. So that's what we're going to be looking at here today in this video. We're just going to spot check a few games that I have seen cause issues not only on the Intel graphics card, but AMD graphics cards as well. See if they're working now versus beforehand, and just check out a few other games just because, and to see how well it does. So let's go ahead and check it out. So alrighty guys, the first game we're going to be checking out is Halo Reach under the Master Chief Collection. Now, this game did not work. This is the main reason why I wanted to test this out first. The guys in Discord are telling me it is now working. So what would happen is, if I looked at the sky, I'd get regular frame rate. However, when actually trying to play the game, it would like try to lock to 30 FPS. So let's go ahead and see how this goes. Well, looking at it right now, it looks like the GPU is sometimes kicking in. If you look at the top there, sometimes it's 800 megahertz right now, 1000 megahertz, and then sometimes it's at the 2400. This is running at 4K. I have the enhanced settings on. We're at 40 FPS right now. So this is probably still not working. So looks like the guys may have been fibbing a little bit. Yeah, 20 FPS. So yeah, clearly this game still does not work. So I'm actually terribly disappointed with the fact that, I mean, look at this, but it's running at 600 megahertz. It's not that the graphics card is not working. You know, there you go. It hits the 2400. It's actually rendering the thing. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe it's just the cutscene. No, there it is. Now it's dropping down again. So, yeah. So, Halo Reach, MCC, not so much, boys. This is clearly still not running correct. Now, granted, this is running in borderless full screen. Let me try, you know, exclusive full screen. Let's see if that fixes anything.
Put us down on.
All right, now we're in exclusive full screen, and it's doing the same thing. So clearly, there's something just not right with this particular game. Yeah. So as you guys can clearly see, this is not playable. Let me get out here and show you guys just running around. So we're like at 30 FPS for some reason. I feel like I'm on an Xbox 360 right now. Obviously, it's way higher resolution, and on the 4K OLED, yeah, it still looks good. Here, let's stop moving. There's also, let me pull out the pistol, see if we can zoom in. Seems to be some sort of like a dithering effect, some sort of issue with the textures here. So that I didn't notice beforehand, but once again, I have a giant TV like right in front of my face, so little things like that you may not see on like a 27-inch or something, or if you're gaming on a couch. But see, there we go. Now we're getting pretty good FPS. If I look at the sky, there we go. Look at that. Look at that 170 FPS. So, yeah, this is running exactly the same as it was. And it's a real shame because this is a game that, well, I actively play the Halo campaigns over and over again every year. And until ARC can run this, I cannot recommend them. So, right off the bat, we're still at the same spot that we were a few months ago. But let's try a couple other games that weren't working and see if they are doing better now. Alright, so we're jumping on over to GOG. All the games that I test on here, there will be links down below if you do want to pick them up. They are affiliate links, does help support the channel. So, alrighty guys, let's just start with good old Alan Wake. You know, good old #1 on the list, just due to the sheer fact that it starts with A. Okay, so that just did not work at all. So it said did not or would not initialize 3D graphics cards. So that's not good. So I kind of fast forwarded it. Obviously, I'll cut some of that out for you guys, but nope. Alan Wake just won't even run. That is a big no-no. This is one of the best games ever made. Definitely need that one working. Let's try Alien vs. Predator. This is a much older game, and as far as I remember, this should be just fine.
Warning, intruder alert.
All right, so right off the bat, everything's looking good. I do have a 120 FPS cap globally on the system, so we're getting maximum FPS in this game. Looks like the updated version's using DirectX 9. I believe this was DirectX 7 when it first launched. But yeah, so this game is actually running just fine. So the old game is running good. Well, what I consider old. Like, a lot of you guys might be like, Alan Wake's pretty old. Not to me. Not to me. But, yeah, this is actually looking good. Believe it or not, the light bloom, the lens flare thing there, that's actually an issue a lot of older graphics cards way back when. Like, they just couldn't render that properly. So, yeah, it's pretty good to see that this is actually running, and running just fine. No issues at all, flat line. Now, granted, it's a very old game, so one would expect a game like this to run well, but yeah. Okay, so we're good here. Let's move on. Well, okay. So exiting the game actually threw up a major error. So while the game itself did play, you guys obviously couldn't see much of that. You just saw a black screen. But effectively, it shut off my main display and then was only on my secondary display where I have OBS open, where I'm recording. And I had to Control-Alt-Delete and then use the keyboard shortcuts to go ahead and close out of AVP to get it all working. Now, that might just be AVP. That might not be the Intel graphics. But I did want to mention that thus far, we're 3 for 3 with errors. So, not looking good. Believe it or not, I remember Alan Wake working on the ARC, so maybe we're regressing. Maybe I'm just misremembering. AVP, I also remember working. Now, granted, once again, it could just be the game. But let's continue on. Let's see here. Fear's a game that I really enjoy, and yeah, this has some issues with the Intel graphics card. Let's see if they still persist. All right, so this one's throwing up an error as well while recording. Now I know for a fact that this game was running because I would run the benchmark test, and I think the last time I ran it, it actually ran properly, or at least was good enough. It wasn't as good as it could be, but it was definitely playable. But what my guess is, it's either the fact that I'm using 2 monitors, and that's causing the issue, or it's the fact that I'm recording while I'm trying to game. Now, this could be the issue that's throwing these errors right now. This, however, is a big problem. So I'm actually going to stop it here because, like I said, I know for a fact that Fear was working. But this does highlight some major issues with the Intel ARC graphics cards. If content creators want to create content using your graphics card, you need these things to work. Need multiple monitors, up to 4, working simultaneously and recording. Like all this stuff needs to work. The games will use crazy resolutions. So the main display resolution needs to be completely isolated from the other monitors. Basically, it needs to be isolated. Wherever the game is trying to run or whatever the main display is, the other monitors cannot be affected no matter what. And this is the way like the NVIDIA graphics cards work, and even the AMD graphics cards for the most part do a pretty good job of that. But it seems like for some reason, if something's going on here, it's affecting my other monitor on the side. And that's obviously not very good when I'm trying to make a video highlighting what's going on over here. I obviously need to know what I'm doing or what's being recorded over here. So, all right, I'm just going to cut it there. So I wouldn't say that the games aren't working. I'll actually go ahead and check after this, and I'll just put a little asterisk thing and say, yes, Alan Wake's working, or Fear, or whatever. All right, so yeah, this is running a lot better. It's running at like 20 FPS, 40 FPS. So it was the iGPU that was throwing it off. And because it's Intel on Intel, that's causing issues. That's very interesting and very useful information. Now, this is something Intel should probably get sorted out. But if you are running an Intel CPU that has integrated graphics with an ARC graphics card, make sure to disable that integrated GPU unless you absolutely need it for something. But the software is obviously going to have issues, differentiating which graphics card it should be using. So cool. That's really awesome right there. So the minimum FPS at 89, that's pretty good. Average of 136. So high refresh 4K. That's pretty darn good. Everything maxed out besides the soft shadows. I always turn them off just because. So let's go back and try Halo again. And still not quite right. We're fluctuating all over the place. Nope. Oh man. All right, so it fixed fear, which was great. And the recording and all of that. So like that was really nice. We're getting 170 FPS looking at the sky again. Did our FPS go down? I guess we were looking at different sky earlier. But yeah, so not so much on Halo. That 900, 650 megahertz, then 2400 for a second. Yeah, it's just not running this game properly for some reason. And because it was DirectX 11, I was really hoping that this recent patch would have fixed this. But no, Halo's still no good. But let's go ahead and try some of the other games. All right, so let's try Alan Wake again. AVP, even if it was on the iGPU, we're getting 4K 120, so it doesn't matter. Let's try Alan Wake again. Nope, so it's still throwing up the error, can't initialize the 3D graphics. So, okay, we got Fear working. Another game that was acting a little strange was Crisis Warhead the last time I tried testing this. So let's try this out. Okay, so still not working. All right. But yeah, they still got a ways to go, guys. For me, I'm not going to be able to recommend these until all of these issues are fixed. And every game that you saw there works by just double clicking on it and recording it and streaming it and everything else. All needs to work flawlessly. This is the main reason why I recommend NVIDIA graphics cards. They're going to work like 99.9% of the time. AMD's up to about 95% of the time. Intel, you're batting... I'll give them AVP. That one worked. Okay, so you got AVP. You got one game. Out of what? We tried 4. That's not good. And that's even with me helping out. So... Alrighty, guys, they need to do better on this stuff. I'll let you guys know if those games even actually work. But if you're doing any sort of work, pro gaming stuff, like what I do, or streaming, or anything like that, it's just not even an option right now, which is a real shame because they have some really good deals going on right now. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm going to put the affiliate links down below if you want to try screwing around with one of these for yourself. They're cheap enough, plus they're giving away free games and stuff. If you want to pick up like an A380, they're giving you like $150 worth of games for $100. And then you get a free graphics card. So, that might be worth faffing around if you're like a tech nerd and you just want to play with it. But outside of that group, stick with NVIDIA. You just won't have any issues. And AMD if you want to get like the bang for the buck sort of stuff. So, alrighty guys, that'll do it for me here today. I'm very, very disappointed to be giving this bad news, but you guys saw everything, well, as much as is possible, what I just went through here. And yeah, that sucks. I really wanted to use the thing. I was like, yes, maybe I'll put this in my living room and use it as my gaming PC. No, not yet. Intel, you still got a ways to go. Alrighty, guys, that'll do it for me here today. If you like the video, smash the like button. Please subscribe. Please share with friends. And yeah, that'll do it for me here today. I'll catch you guys in the next video.